Hey guys, I'm going to speak to my experience as a data analyst and someone with a master's in data science to see why most people are starting to think that AI is BS and my current thoughts on the field. Now, what prompted this is I saw Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella, I think that's his name, but he was pretty much deriding people calling AI slop. He's like, why are all these people calling AI slop? But if you read the quote, I'll redo the quote really quick because I have it written down here. He said, we need to get beyond the arguments of slop versus sophistication and develop a new equilibrium in terms of our theory of mind that accounts for humans being equipped with these new cognitive amplifier tools. Now, I have no clue what he's talking about, when he mentions these new cognitive amplifier tools and developing a new equilibrium. I'm guessing you're in the same position as me. That comment I don't know what to make of it. But what it does do is it brings the data community down as a whole, and it just makes AI look bad. And it's not just Satya Nadella, I think. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think that's my pronunciation of him. Anyway, the CEO of Microsoft, it's not just him making AI look ridiculous. There's many other examples. Now, if you've seen the new Call of Duty, you've probably seen the new Black Ops game. It has tons of AI-generated content, and it all looks terrible. There's actually an advertisement with one of the AI-generated zombies for COD Zombies, and it has 6 fingers on one hand. It's really obvious, because the AI is really bad at noticing details. There was also a Coca-Cola. They ran an ad with AI-generated content, and it misspelled Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola. So not that good. And then the game, of course, the Call of Duty, they were using AI to generate, art and skins that they were selling. I mean, who would want to pay money for a skin that they knew was created, with ChatGPT in like 30 seconds? There's no effort at all. And as a result, that game's not really selling well. I think it's their worst selling game in the series since 2008. But what I did want to say is that even though I'm seeing a lot of AI slop, and the business guys, the suits, aren't really doing it any favors with how they talk about it, the guy from Microsoft, I do still think AI has a future, and I think the biggest issue with AI, of course, that everyone's seeing is the lack of effort. So like for video games, we talked about how COD was a disaster because it was so lazy with all the AI stuff in there. At the same time, the game of the year, Expedition 33, they won tons of awards. They sold huge numbers, but they used AI generated content, which I thought was interesting. But the difference was that this Expedition 33 game used AI mostly for prototyping. So they were using a lot of AI stuff as props and placeholders to kind of test out new ideas and fine-tune different things, and kind of keep those out of the way and act as inspiration before the final game was released. So I don't think the issue is really AI. I think it really comes down to effort, whether someone's going to use this tool very lazily in the final product, or if they're going to use it more in development to refine things and improve existing ideas and, get new ideas. So I don't think all AI is BS, but that being said, even if these AI tools are not here to stay, because I know they're like taking the power of like entire towns pretty much, with the energy stuff, which I think is ridiculous. So AI, well, whether AI is BS or not, we'll see. But what I do know is that BI, business intelligence, is not BS. It's what I do. It's what I've been doing for years. And what business intelligence is pretty much metric tracking. And companies, they're always going to want to track their stuff. They're always going to want to know whether they hit their sales targets, how many sales are being forecasted, whether they're on track to hit other targets, why they're not hitting certain targets, why they are hitting certain targets, so they can make their PowerPoints. So data is here to stay. It's really nothing new that people want to know, whether their company's growing and why. So I'm thinking in the future, probably AI won't be used as much, especially in the creative space, with art and videos and everything. I think maybe AI might be used a little, but maybe more, in terms of prototyping, behind the scenes kind of stuff. And I think BI, business intelligence, will move towards the forefront a bit more. Just my 2 cents. Hope you enjoyed.